Hello, how are you doing? Hey, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to tune in. A lot of y'all may not be on, and that is a-okay because this is like an impromptu video. But, anyways, hello, hello. Hi, hello, everybody. Hi, Diana. All right, so this is like I didn't plan this video, but I felt like, you know what, it was time to kind of share this. Hey, girl. So you guys can definitely share with a friend because I believe it's going to be powerful. All right. Hey, Jacket. What's up, girl? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started because this is going to be a really short video. First and foremost, thank you guys for tuning in. You know, I'm pretty sure y'all just got off of work, y'all tired, so this wasn't a planned live. However, I do believe this message will bless somebody in his house. Okay, all right. So this is your girl Ludy Saint Till, and I am live in his house. So today, as you guys can see, the title of my live is "Listen to Your Fears." Ouch. What? Ludy Saint Till, listen to your fears? Absolutely. I want you guys to listen to your fears. So, for the past couple of weeks, I've been writing in my journal. Yes, my own personal journal. Praise the Lord. Okay. So, it's called Heavenly Dreams Vision Instructions. Write down what he said. Hello. And that's exactly what I've been doing. For the past couple of weeks, I've just been writing down what God has been, just dropping in my spirit, and just whatever it is that I feel like God is saying to me, I've just been writing it down. Even though I don't even understand, what I'm hearing or what I'm seeing, I write it down. Why? Because I truly believe, I am a witness that whatever he say today, he will basically give clarity. If not, tomorrow, within a week, with 2 weeks time frame, right? So lately, God has been dealing with me with this word fear, right? And he has given me a positive way of looking at this word fear. How many of you guys struggled with fear? Just, if you've been struggling with fear, just go ahead and just type in yes. I'm going to go ahead and just say your girl used to struggle with fear, okay? And I still do because I'm human, you know what I'm saying? I still struggle with fear. So he gave me this awesome definition. Like, I was at training. I really wasn't listening to the people. But he gave me this crazy definition. And the definition that he gave me was fear. It's limitations that we put on ourselves before we even try. Isn't that crazy? Fear is limitations that we put on ourselves before we even try. Then he led me to the book of Exodus, right? Where he called Moses. Okay, let me get my big Bible out here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me get my Bible because I have a huge Bible, y'all. We'll talk about my Bible later. Okay. All right, so he led me to the book of Exodus, right? So this is Jesus, in Exodus chapter 3. Obviously, the Lord has seen the oppression of his people in Egypt. And God needs somebody to go set these people free, right? God said, you know what, look, Moses, I am sending you to the Pharaohs, and you must lead my people, okay, Israel, out of Egypt. And this is Moses, y'all. Moses is like, you know what? Who am I to appear before Pharaoh? And God was like, you know what? Who am I? He said, who am I to appear to the Pharaoh? Who am I to lead the people of Israel out of, Egypt? Do you guys see what Moses did there? This is God telling you who are watching today, I need you to move. I need you to start that business. I need you to, practice doing makeup. I need you to start that boutique. But you tell God, no. Why? Because your fears, okay? Your fears have paralyzed you or limited you and got you thinking you know what? I can't do this job, right? So today, I want you guys to take this fear on a different approach. Look at fear in a different approach, okay? Why? Because fear is telling you something. Oh, come on, somebody. I only got 2 people listening to me. Okay? If you sit down and you listen to fear, fear is actually telling you something is on the other side. Oh, come on, somebody. The goal of fear is to cripple you, right? So you have to ask yourself, are you bold enough to go on the other side where fear does not want you to go? Am I talking to anybody on tonight? I don't think I'm talking to anybody. Okay? The goal of fear is to paralyze you. The goal of fear is to cripple you, right? Because clearly there is something on the other side that fear does not want you to discover. So you should be asking yourself, you know what? If I am afraid of fear, what exactly fear is telling me? So if fear is telling you, you know what? I'm just going to use me as an example. So I'm an MC, right? And one of my biggest fears is when I'm MCing and the mic doesn't work. So you know what I do? I go in a little early, right? I go in a little early and I talk to the DJ and I check the mic, right? Sometimes when I go MC a party, my biggest fear is, you know what, whether or not the people will respond to my personality. So you know what I do? No one ever knows that I'm an MC, you know? So I go in there, I chit chat with the people, I talk to the people, I get a feel of who they are. I'm having a conversation with them. Why? Because that fear that I have, whether or not they may or may not respond to me, I'm going in there on a clear mind, let me go ahead and see. It's afterwards they find out I'm the MC. Oh, come on, somebody. So what am I doing? Whatever it is that fear is telling me to do, I am going to educate myself on that thing, or I'm going to respond to it. I don't know if that makes any sense. So in other words, if your fear is, you have a desire to go to school and you don't have the funds, so guess what? You should go to that school, find out how much is it a semester? How much is the books? And your job is to make sure you save up enough to get yourself enrolled in school. Because what's happening is, what I'm saying? Y'all letting fear, and granted, we put a lot, and I'm going to use myself an example. We give fear too much power. And we should be listening to fear. All right? There's a quote that I wrote down in my journal here. Let me go ahead and find this thing and help y'all out. I wrote it down. I thought it was really good. His name is Robert Schuller. He said, if you listen to your fears, you will die, never knowing what a great person you may have become. I'm going to say that again. If you listen to your fears, you will die, never knowing what a great person, you will become. So if we want to get, spiritual, let's get biblical. Let's get spiritual. So you have to understand fear leaves Christ out. All right. So whenever you are experiencing fear, guess what? That's because you left Christ out of the equation. So for those of you, okay, God has called you to do something like Moses. Yes, by yourself, you are inadequate. By yourself, you can't do jack, okay? But God, once he tells you to do something, you are not in it by yourself, right? God said, look, I want you to go. I'm going to be with you. So by yourself, you are inadequate. But if you lean on God, he's going to be there with you. So anytime you are experiencing fear after God done told you to do something, that's because you left God out of your equation, sis. All right. So fear says, this is totally up to you. This is totally up to me. I can do this by myself. I am inadequate enough. I can do this, but you can't. So I want to encourage you today, who's watching this live. You need to let your fears lead you to your faith. All right. And let faith lead you to deepen up your roots to the greatness that's on the inside of you. Okay, I'm going to say that again. So let your fears lead you to faith, and let your faith Okay, deepen your roots to the greatness on the inside of you. Because each and every one of you guys, you guys have greatness on the inside of you. You guys have businesses. You guys got things going for yourself. And it's so important right now that we look at fear in a different light. Stop letting fear cripple you. No, listen to that thing, okay? Listen to what fear is telling you. Some of you guys need to acknowledge that fear, okay? Why? Because that fear is telling you something, all right? That fear, if the fear is telling you, you know what, I'm not quite strong in this area, so guess what? I need to attend some workshops to get strong, all right? If the fear is telling you, you know what, I'm not quite strong, in this field, I need to go get a book. Go get the book, sis. Attack, the fact, your reality is you are not smarter. You're not smart in this area. So what you're going to do is kill that fear with facts. Oh, come on, somebody. All right. So your reality is saying, look, I'm not smart in this. I don't have the skills. I don't have the resources. But guess what? You need to kill that fear with fact. Fact is, you know what? I'm going to go get that book to sharpen up my skills. I'm going to go to that workshop to sharpen up my skills. I'm going to go to that network opportunity to connect myself with people that know it better than I do, to decrease, to lessen, that fear that you have on the inside of you. And sometimes when you listen to those fears, okay, step 1, you're going to listen to your fear. Step 2, you need to question those fears. What are those fears saying to you? Okay? Where's the root of that fear coming from? Was it somebody in the family that said that you couldn't do something? Was it something that you witnessed? Okay? Question that fear. Was it something that you experienced as a child? What's the root? Where is this fear coming from? Okay? What are the triggers? When that fear comes, like what is triggering that fear? What happened to you that caused you to feel this fear? All right? So step number 1, you're going to listen to those fears. And step number 2, you're going to question those fears. Ask yourself, why is it that when I step out into the deep to do something, I have this fear? Is it something that I experienced? Is it something that I saw? Is it a family member that said something to me? Take time, okay? Take time to understand, those fears. Because fear is important, okay? It can actually get you to where you need to go, all right? Fear is important. I'm just going to be real, okay? Fear is important. So now when you listen and you question those fears, now I need you to have the willpower to break everything out. That's what I'm talking about, London. Deal with what you feel. Okay? Now, I have a little surprise for y'all coming up or whatever, but I hope y'all taking notes and y'all like this. Okay? So once you listen, you done question your fears. Now I need you to do a little breakout session, So this is how I'm feeling. Okay? So, what is, fear requiring me to do right now? Okay? You got to dig deep. You got to dig deep. You got to write down all the dreams, all your goals, okay? All the things that you said about yourself. And you got to come up with a master plan, okay? All right? You got to come up with a master plan. I'm going to stop right here, But I just want you guys to listen to your fears. Just take a moment, just listen. Have these little breakdown sessions. You have to have the willpower to break out. That's number 3. You have to have the willpower to break out. All right. So your people told you couldn't do it. All right. You said you couldn't do it. So now you have to write down, what are you planning on doing as an individual? Okay. All right. Let me see if I make, one of my quotes that I love and I stole it from somebody, is just that, fear only happens when you do something that matters, right? Fear only happens when you do something that matters. So, fear will get in the way, but you have to ask yourself, again, why? Why is that fear happening? So there's a reason why you feel the fear, because there is something on the other side that fear doesn't want you to experience. There's something that fear doesn't want you to see. There's something that fear doesn't want you, to touch. You know, so a lot of your breakthroughs is on the other side of fear. So I encourage you guys to listen to your fears. Listen to those things. Listen to them. And you kill the fear with fact. Go out, read a book, go out, join yourself with somebody else that may be smarter than you in that area, so that you can literally beat the voices in your head that's telling you that you cannot do it, sis. Did you guys get something? I hope y'all got something. You know, I'm still discovering this thing, but I thought this was a good word for someone. All right? I love you guys.